All right, so let's hop straight into it. The Tao Te Ching. This is part 5 of part 1, chapter 1. Let's say that. Hop straight into it. Heaven and earth do not act from the impulse of any wish to be benevolent. They deal with all things as the dogs of grass are dealt with. The sages do not act from any wish to be benevolent. They deal with people as the dogs of the grass are dealt with. May not the space between heaven and earth be compared to billows. 'Tis empty, yet it loses not its power. 'Tis moved away and sends forth air the more. Much speech to swift exhaustion lead we see. Your inner being guard and keep it free. Now, like I said, it's gonna be very quick, but I think this is also speaking about like the art of non-doing. How I was speaking about how like words confuse reality in a way, right? And just I think that people that also it speaks about how people are always trying to be this certain way and they're trying to act. It's like this. It's like literally. This helped me understand that a lot. Basically, everything in the universe is literally doing what it's meant to do, without any thought to it, without any type of like labeling. People are doing what they meant to do regardless. Whether if you know it or not, whether you think you're doing something else or not, you're literally doing what you're supposed to do. Like how people be speaking about people being in the exact, they being where they supposed to be at, and they need to learn how to really appreciate it and go through the motions of where they at so they can learn what they need to know for the future. I believe it's like that, right? People are always constantly thinking they doing something. Even myself, like I said, I think I'm doing this. I swear I'm doing this and I'm doing that. When really, it's the universe working through me to do, well, working through Kevin to do what his divine purpose is, whether it's good or bad. I think that people, like I said, a lot of people nowadays, like they want to, you know, what's the word they use for like people that be trying to diagnose things as good or bad? That's the word. And in reality, nothing is good or bad. It just is. And people are always, even I was to a certain point in time, I was so obsessed with good or bad. It's like not such thing as good and bad because realistically, it really depends on the context and that people was really surrounded by to really be deemed good or bad. And even then, like I said, it's no true way to just deem something good or bad. It's really dependent on who it is that's talking or who it is that's perceiving or observing things. If anything is good and bad, it's really their own personal bias, right? But I think that's a lot problem. I think that's what hinders people from growing spiritually is that you need to legit have to you legit have to forget about a lot of these 3D concepts and these weird things with life to really grow spiritually. I think that's one thing I had to understand too, is that I had to learn how to stop being so literal with things. I had to stop being so left-brained and try to understand things, especially with the real world. I know this book is very spiritual and just be, like I said, it's very like woo-wah. It's like you really gotta turn your brain off and just really thinking like very simple terms. I know that people, it's hard to do that, but that's what you have to do. So yeah, and like with that, I think that's like another, like a very good point is that people are always trying to do something. They're always saying they doing something, in actuality they're not, right? And I think that's the thing about the universe is like, if I think is a rapper, his name was what is his name? KRS-One. He was talking about how basically, let's say you go in nature, right? Nature is a whole label in itself, right? We go into nature, we call a tree, but in actuality, nobody knows his name. And that's speaking in the sense of like, if it didn't have a name, if it didn't have a label to it, it would still be doing the same job it's doing without anybody pointing it out. And I think that that's how people, let's say, if you really want to excel in the spiritual path, that's what you have to really start to really understand is that all of this labeling, whenever you label something, you automatically wrong. It's like the idea of like people. I mean, that's actually damn. I'm about to go on a whole different point, but I'm about to say that's crazy. I just not think about that. A lot of people label things. As soon as they label themselves as something, it's like they automatically like be the opposite. That's like, in a way, I think that people associate that like with superstition, like with people like when you say things out loud, like that's when things don't happen. But Yeah, that's a good thought. I think I need to think about that more. But yeah, if y'all like the video, like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see y'all later. Like I said, this is just some little small chapter and just me getting some thoughts out my head. So yeah, thank you.